Hello, everybody. This is going to be a quick audio only holiday message. And if it's anything remotely like the last two Christmas videos, very few people are going to watch this one. But this is just mostly to keep the streak going of putting out a video every day. And we'll do a quick summary of the channel and a little political outlook. So first off, hope everybody's having a great holiday. And we're just about finished with another year. Time really does seem to fly. But an important thing to mention here is a big thank you to all the loyal channel subscribers and viewers. I know there's going to be some diehard fans that probably watch every single video. There's also going to be the fair weather fans that check out maybe 2 or 3 a week. And then there's always the sporadic passive viewers that are really into maybe just one type of video I make, or they happen to stop by every few weeks or so. So whichever type of viewer you are, we've brought the channel up to over 4,500 subscribers this year. That's somewhere around 2,900 new subs. So most of you have probably subscribed, but if you haven't, if you're just more into lurking, maybe you can consider hitting that sub button. But also all the likes and all the shares, that's also very important. And also I should single out the few number of channel members. I wish there were more so we could expand that part of the channel. The extra support from channel memberships or thanks or super chats during the live stream, that type of thing especially helps out a lot considering how we're always trying to expand the channel. So if you are a fan and you do want to support the channel with a few bucks, you do have those options. So even though the channel has grown, I can't say that the pace has been really extremely satisfying. I've again put up at least one video every single day all year, a huge variety of content. I covered the primaries, I covered the general election, I do some more in-depth analysis in each state, I cover polls, we've got spinner battles, we've also got coin flip battles, there's tier rankings, there's commentaries, there's pretty much almost everything you need to stay in the loop on what's going on politically. But for whatever reason, the channel growth slowed down the month or two before the election. Maybe the bigger channels and corporate media were sucking away all the viewers, but it does take a lot of effort to put out at least one video every single day. This has been a very challenging year for me. There's always a lot of stuff going on in our own lives, but I've tried to keep the channel going as smoothly as I can, and I think I've done a pretty good job. There's been some close calls, but we've done it. We've got well over 1,100 videos now. We did a bunch of live streams this year. We did more than 9 hours on election night. We even hit 1 million views earlier in the year. And most of these videos, even if they're only 6, 7, or 8 minutes, they can take at least 2, maybe 3 or more hours to make depending on the preparation. So we've got a great community here, a lot of different political backgrounds on the channel. Even if on certain issues it leans one way or the other, I think most people, but not all people, do kind of regard this channel as being fairly close to the center or unbiased. People like to come here to get away from the extreme partisanship. That's good stuff. Along with most of the comments, there's always some exceptions out there. And given how many there are these days, I can't read every single one anymore. And I certainly can't reply to everyone with any kind of depth. So as the channel gets bigger, you've got to try to figure out your priorities. So I try to cover as much as I can. Of course, a lot of people make suggestions in the comments. Some of them are just too difficult to set up. Some of them I'm not interested in. Some of them I don't think would be that great for the channel, or it's not something I normally do. Or sometimes it just would take way too long to make, or other times maybe it's a combination of several different reasons. But I know there's some people that are regular commenters. There's also some lurkers. I try to read what I can, but again, if I don't get around to it, it's good to see that on most videos, the channel is large enough to have some other people have their own back and forth. Same thing with the community polls every 3 days. It's unfortunate that YouTube has decided to limit everybody to only 4 options instead of 5. I mentioned before how that's disappointing, and it is pretty limiting on certain topics. But now that the election is over, I covered a lot of the data on a lot of the fallout. There's going to be more coming up, and then it's going to be kind of off season for politics. We've got the incoming Trump administration. I'm sure we'll cover some of the things he does in office. And then there's going to be a couple of 2025 elections, but the main focus is going to start to shift toward the midterms, even though it's going to be way early. There's going to be retirements and all kinds of different speculation on who's going to run. There's going to be Senate appointments in Ohio and Florida. There's going to be special elections in the U.S. House. Somebody could always die in office. There could be other scandals. We might be able to take a look at some more specifics in a different video for what's coming up politically. But this has been one of the wildest rides ever in U.S. politics. And I've said half the country is probably excited. The other half is likely going to be anxious. Nobody knows what's going to happen. But as far as predictions go, for those of you that have followed the channel, I happen to put out a fairly solid prediction for both president and in the Senate and in the House. I was actually spot on the accuracy for the overall margin. But anyway, there's also probably going to be super early speculation about 2028. For me, I think that's more of an after the midterm type of thing to take a look at. But that's assuming we get there. It is very demanding to get out a video every day, as I said. There's even a couple of videos I was never able to put out that I made prior to the election. Maybe we could fit those in at some point. There's also other things we might be able to do, like go for a Discord server. That's been talked about for a while. But there is the whole issue of having somebody be able to moderate that, because it is just far too time consuming for me to also add that in. And again, expanding the membership section, that would be appreciated. We'll try to do some more live streams at some point, but the goal is still to put out at least one video every day. You never know, something could come up, or you never know, maybe one day out of nowhere the videos just stop entirely. But it's good to see the community expand, especially since the first year when we were really struggling to get things going. So you never know when things could change, but we're going to keep it going. And hopefully you still enjoy coming to this channel, at least for just 1 or 2 videos maybe a week. You don't have to be into everything. I get it. There's a lot of different political channels out there. But if you find something unique about this one, you like coming here for a good time, you find it to be laid back, or maybe you think the videos are high quality and you come here to get a lot of information, or maybe you're just one of the people that enjoys The Voice. Either way, it's great that you're here, and if you're one of the few people that actually made it to the end of this video, you're either extremely bored or you're one of the more dedicated fans. So I think we're going to wind it down here. Hope everybody has a great Christmas and a great holiday. Thanks for being a part of the channel, and let me know in the comments, how long have you been watching the channel? How many of the videos do you take a look at? What do you think we should do going forward? Let me know down below. On your way out, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and join if you'd like to help support the channel. Hit the bell for notifications. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.